Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice sparkling orange soda. So welcome back to the game. Previously, we got prisoners, it kicked off, and then we managed to sort of calm the prison down via the application of luck, as well as the introduction of the chapel, and the obviously associated programs, and then breathe therapy in the yard. So hopefully it's alright, he says with no degree of confidence and sort of forced nervous laughter. And yeah, hopefully it's better. It's better. Also, we've got the Fight Club as well. In this episode, we need to not go bankrupt and not lose the game. So I don't know how we're going to do that. But first things first, the infirmary. It's a known issue as of the time recording, and hopefully fixed by the time you're watching this video, but basically they are getting stuck. And the solution, by all accounts, is to change them to escort to infirmary, which means they're going to be escorted, immediately healed, and then they will leave. However, we have a massive problem. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 prisoners who are currently in the beds, who are all legendary, and all of them have needs maxed out, which means as soon as they, air quotes, become free, they're going to kick off. So, deployment. Armed guards. Dog handlers. Guards. Because we need to basically make sure that when we do this, if they kick off, we've got the people there, which ironically is going to put them back into the medical beds. So let's see if any of that is going to happen. Let's do them one by one. So we're going to say Andrew Hill, escort to infirmary. Someone should come along. In fact, there they are. This is Washington. And then they'll pick them up and escort them to infirmary, which they are doing. And there we go. And then they're going to kick off. And are they shouting for bladder and needs? Which means they're immediately going to start attacking. And that is, like I say, one of the things I was very worried about, which is why we're not going to do... Oh, good grief, they've taken out one guard. They've taken out a second. And now they're unconscious. Let's hire another guard. I was going to say, one of the ways to make money is to sell shares, but we can't because it's been, constant recent deaths. Although, I think we could sell them last time, it just wasn't going to work. So I'm going to end the punishment, and I want them just to be escorted back to their cell. Let's go to escort to infirmary, and let's see if any of this will work out. I mean, looks like the bladder and bowel needs have been fulfilled by the inmates, and they're now leaving, which is good. Let's go with Warren King here, escort to infirmary, and we're just doing this one by one, you see, and just to make sure that everything is A-OK, and there we go. They're now going to go... Excuse me? Excuse me. Right? Not convinced that was allowed, but you know what? We'll let it slide, shall we? End punishments. Escort to infirmary. Escort to infirmary. We'll do it in groups of twos now. So the danger level is increasing, naturally. Yeah, they seem to be going out and round, which is another curious one. End punishment. And escort to infirmary. Escort to infirmary. So all these I'm going to end punishment. And escort to infirmary. And, oh, they're not even... yeah, they're not even... they don't have any problems. And there we go. Apart from Mackenzie here, who will escort to infirmary. So that seems to have worked. So that is the solution at this stage. Okay, so armed guards, I will... I'm going to unassign those guys, but I'm going to keep an armed guard in there. And I do think we need to clean this place up because that is not what you want an infirmary to look like. So what we're going to do in terms of money, well, we are still working on the inmate nutritional research, and we'll be doing that for forever and a day. And in terms of grants, we can pick up bank loans, and I'm going to pick up 2 bank loans, and then we are going to quick build, custom, clone. I'm going to clone all of that, and I'm going to place it down. If we get more prisoners, it may help out. Daily cash flow is minus 8 grand though. 8 grand though. Okay, what services can we call? Let's get rid of some workers. Any of the workers that are not really trained, we're going to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of 2 cooks. And in terms of programs, we don't need to do guard taser certification. We are still running safety, first aid, and disarming. Prisoners. Oh, spiritual guidance. 4 in the queue, and 1 finished, 1 passed at 100%. Faith program we're running. Breathe therapy. We don't need to run all those. We're just going to stop 2 of them. Fight club will keep running, and we'll reschedule. That's going to massively affect what we're doing. It says the prisoners are untidy. That's because we don't have the janitors available. We'll hire a janitor. They'll get on with that. So, danger level increasing. We knew this was going to be the case. And it is kicking off in and around here. Like I say, a lot of these prisoners, and I actually don't believe that this is their fault, per se, because they were stuck in there. Like I say, not because of their choice either. So, you just need to manually do that. Bit of a faff. Far from ideal. It is what it is. Hopefully, let's say, fixed by the time you're watching this. Okay. So, danger level is now going down. Money is okay. And if we get this built... Whoa! There's Matt Burgess. Taking out the doggo. Now unconscious. Advanced protection. Successfully trained 20 guards in disarming certification. We're still working on that one. The prisoner reoffending rate we may ditch. What can we ditch? Prisoner reoffending rate. It costs us a $1.50 to get rid of it. That's fine. What can we pick up? Oh. Where's the CCTV over here? In France. There's armed guards and snipers. Those snipers, that sniper there, and basically this one down the bottom, these ones, it has been invaluable. It really has. So, I mean, we could do tracker pilot scheme. Install medical box, health monitor, security room, connect the monitors and do belts. But we could do that just for the grants. I'm going to do it because we've got most of this. Let's just do it for the sake of, you know, doing it. It said a medical box and a health monitor. And then what was it over here? It was a tracking monitor. I mean, a lot of this we'll get rid of. We won't even need it. I'll put the belts on, then remove them. But we're just doing it for grant purposes. Because we have to do this sort of thing. There's another doggo gone. Say they seem to be really taking those out. But anyway. Another inmate. We've improved our situation by getting to a daily cash flow of only minus 6,600. Yeah. It's far from ideal. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Oh, hang on. There's breathe therapy again. Yeah. Some of them have not came to this before by the look of it. Definitely having armed guards around there is sort of mandatory. The patrol up there, this armed guard, it's a horrible patrol. You're just walking on this horrible bit of sort of grass. This is spiritual guidance. There's only 1 attending. It does say calming though. I will happily pay at this stage, even with the minuses. I'll happily pay for 1 person to be calmed, basically. I don't think we've seen any visitors as well. Let me double check the policy. Visitation, yes. They have got visitation set. And it is set up correctly. So I don't know. How curious. Any potential CIs? No. I don't think any of them are going to become CIs. Danger level is middling. No, it is high. But it's coming back and forward. It is decreasing. 10 prisoners say they are well treated. 4 prisoners have serious complaints. 4 prisoners are shackled in their cells. 9 prisoners well fed. Some are suppressed. 1 gang member is furious because of the clean graffiti. And it appears that Balthazar is really wanting out. And there's another dog. This guard here, Adam, I'm guessing disarming certification completed. Yeah, so that's the star, I think. Yes, that's taser. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. How many doggos do we have then? We have only 3 dog handlers, and I really need some more. There you go. And I'm... How come the prisoners are able to go this way? That's in France. Have I double checked that? That is definitely visitor only. Yeah, they came out here and then went round. Anyway. Looks like the foundations are getting built, which is good. We're on inmate nutritional research. Serve 3 high variety, high quantity meals. We're never going to get that done because every time I save and load it stops it. But we can place routers to increase the range and do 3 tracking belts. So let's go for router. And I'm going to place it in an area where I know I'm going to get rid of it. Because, like I say, I'm not having this system in place. So I'm going to place that there. And then we need to put tracking belts on. So, intelligence, tracking menu. Is that right? Assign tracking belts to 3 prisoners via intelligence and tracking menu. There's your range. Tracking monitor and router. Oh, it's because the power's not in and the router. As soon as the router comes in, we should be alright. There's all prisoners. So, we're going to go with 1, 2, 3. And there's the 3. Equipped with a tracking belt. And that's the grant completed. Unequipped tracking belt. Let's say... actually, no. Is there another grant for tracking? No, there is not. As far as I can tell. Okay, good. Let's decrease the bank loan somewhat. That's still going to help out. So we've still got a decent amount of money. And... well... yeah, I guess tracking menu. I want to remove the belt... remove the belt, remove the belt. I want to dismantle the router and dismantle the tracking monitor. Even though it looks cool, I don't want it because the guards stand around and, yeah, end up using it. Also, we can sell some objects. We don't need the grip bins. That's a pew. And all this, sack it. If it's in here, we're getting it sold. We don't need any of them. Still a nice amount of money. The mayor. An incident with another facility has highlighted potential issues with security checks, and it comes to family visitation. Until the process, all visitation must be suspended. You have 12 hours. That's fine. And there we go. That's done. Brilliant. So danger level is low. Let me dismantle the health monitor and dismantle that. Oh, is that Richard Sadler? We've seen Sadler before, and they were trying to get over the wall. I know this wall here, there's been a lot of requests to change it to a electrified one. I totally agree. And when we have the money to do so, that's something we may look at doing. One would argue, and perhaps quite rightly, that the best course of action is to put it in first, but we didn't really start with that amount of funds. So, there we are. Okay, so, this guy, we will say end punishment and escort to infirmary, and Hill is trying to run out. That guard is not, basically, yeah, no nonsense. No nonsense. There's a lot less pop-ups on the bottom right to say deaths. I think that's because we've got a lot of training now. We have guards who are now armed with tasers, as well as have disarming certification, and obviously we've got the big guards as well. Which is good. Ooh, the average reoffending rate has went down to 89%. That's an improvement of 6%. It's still terrible, but it's not bad. It's still terrible, but yeah, it's heading in the right direction. So I'm not picking up another grant because once we get a total of 30 prisoners, we can do a crackdown on drugs. One thing we haven't done is a shakedown, and that's because, quite frankly, I've been sort of scared of doing it because it's just going to cause this. It's just going to make the prisoners completely kick off. Doesn't mean we're not going to do it. We just acknowledge the fact that this is probably going to happen. So we're going to search. It's 203 places. Just going to increase the speed just a little bit. Work is still underway building, which is good. You can see they're building all of these cells. And that'll take us up to 30. We can do clean up on drugs. Drugs for 30 prisoners and tool cleanup for 40 prisoners. And then, yeah, that should be all right. I don't expect much contraband because it can't really be brought in. It can be stolen, and we can see scissors have been nicked. It just says found, but it's not been... I mean, right, that's understandable, and that shouldn't actually do that. There we go. So it was stolen from there. It was brought around through the visitor-only area, which shouldn't have been allowed. Hidden in there, then brought back and only detected once they've probably kicked off and then got healed. The rest of it is just being sort of snuck in by the usual suspects. But there's nothing being thrown over the wall. There's been nothing really funky going on. Nothing being produced. And that's it. Oh, so actually then, in terms of searches, that was one of the better ones. That's pretty good. In terms of intake, we are on Supermax prisoners, which we are receiving a singular Supermax prisoner. Danger level is very high, and I can understand it says 50 prisoners have been unnecessarily searched recently, in obviously their opinion. We do have lots of these guys who are fighting about drugs and luxuries. I say fighting, shouting. It'll soon turn into fighting. And not much we can really do about that. Yeah, I was going to say that I did get rid of... No, I didn't get rid of... There were a couple of cooks, I think. Oh, it's kicking off massively. Gangs are getting too aggressive and are planning to assassinate the other gang's leader. They're successful. It will affect the current territories. Where is the leader? Not there. I'm guessing it was him. Mark? No. Maybe. Can't remember. I think that's exactly what's happened. They're down a gang member. The Vipers. Their goal is narcotics. Their traits is deadly. Guess what? Everybody's got those. Bone Breakers is destruction goal. And traits violent. They've got 4 members. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. And no leader. Truth be told, cards on the table. I'm actually not bothered that there's no longer a leader. It actually helps us out. I'm not saying it's right, just saying it's happened in this facility. Let's see if we can get things back to normal. Oh. Which is sadly kicking off. Looks like they've taken out a guard and are going for an armed guard. Who they give up. And were then immediately healed, which is lucky for them, I guess, after taking a shotgun blast to the chest. Right. Are they... Oh, they're constantly giving up now. Don't know what's happened there. Oh, they're being escorted back. Alright. So, we have a lot of people in solitary, that's for sure. All of them. None of them want to become confidential informants, and you can sort of understand. There's another fight. Oh! Sadler again. Getting over the fence. Are they going to get over the fence? Am I going to initiate a guard response? I'm going to have to. Guard response over here. And we're going to have to get some more guards. Air guard. Another armed guard. Another 2 dog handlers. Let's just say we have a staff retention problem and leave it at that. And this guard, Wick, was not stopping them. Here's our guard response. Let's bring them over here to try and stop them getting across the fence. This is a bit of a problem. Yeah, they understand that there's an issue, but they just sort of stand there making that alert noise, and then that person's went over the fence. They're sadly gone. Our first escape. I haven't searched for tunnels because I don't expect any tunnels, but one escape. And even more fighting because of the danger level. It's been that search that's really riled them up. And another dog handler. So everything was sort of alright until I started doing that search. And another guard's gone. I think the dog... It just said another death there. Did they take them out? Ed Newell, mauled by guard dog, because their owner was taken out. Another guard dog. So we spent, I don't know how much on just restaffing, but it is what it is. Do we need to run guard taser certification again? Most likely we do. 2 in the queue. Only 16 passed of a 64% pass rate. That is terrible. Actually, I'm not going to run it for 2 people. We don't really have the readies for that. We are still running other programs. So, at least the infirmary stuff's sorted. Danger level is not going down. Let me double check the needs there. Needs are pretty much fine. Obviously, there is a high need for luxuries, but they can't go to critical. There is some fighting over here. That's Paul Redman. There's an armed guard there. There is no longer an armed guard there. It just shows you how that extremely deadly trait, how it could affect the prisoners. As in, they just immediately take people out. Why would the armed guard close into melee range? I have no idea. And there's another dog. Yeah, having the danger level this high is suboptimal, to say the least. Another fight over there. Yeah. See, it's almost like... No, it's not even necessarily the blue gang the red gang members. Although some of it could be, because there was 5 and now there's 2. So maybe because their leader's gone. Prisoners are well fed at least. Oh, and there's another rioting. Nick from under. Running head first at 2 armed guards and a doggo. And then just taking out the dog. I wonder if changing the dog to something a bit more... a bit more, you know, aggressive would help. Although it definitely would bite the ankle off here, that thing. Annie. Alright. Well, it's not ideal. But there is the serve a single high variety, high quantity meal. Not bad. I don't know when, though, this will be built. It says 12 Supermax, and a lot of those will be to do with just the straight-up fighting. And I'm going to do something potentially bad, and that's end all punishments in this northern bit here, so they can go and take care of their needs. No, as soon as you end the punishment, most of them kicked off. So there's not really... I don't know. Maybe it's alright? Maybe? No. I mean, danger level is high. Noise has calmed down a bit. And also, calming. One has serious complaints. That's probably him. And they have a freedom need. And punishment. And then they kick off straight away. Well, Dan Chislett Trim. That's unfortunate. It didn't exactly work out the way they probably intended. Okay. Well, That armed guard has managed to get themselves in a spot of bother. They've lost their gun. They're not using the taser though. That person is. Okay, well, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Building is underway. Daily cash flow is still a big issue. Having this danger level this high is a problem, but at least we've fixed this. So, slow burn. We're going to get 13 Supermax prisons. That's going to massively help out with our daily cash flow and indeed with the money that we haven't got. Finishing off this, depending on the saves, we may be able to do this inmate nutritional research again for like the 40th time. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, well, we've now had 3 episodes of quite eventful prisoner activity. But we're still surviving. It's going better than expected, but it's not going well. But hopefully it's interesting. It's different if nothing else. My concern is the again, the funds. Or a failure state of if it really does kick off. But I don't know if it will. And it's always the dogs that go first. Either way, I'm going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Next time, we'll get this built. We'll get more prisons in. And we'll see if we can, well, basically keep it not destroyed. Keep it built. Make sure we manage it. I don't know if there's any more programs we can run. Spiritual Guidance 2 in the queue. A couple in Faith and Brief Therapy. 7%, 7 past, which is 21%. That's all we can really hope for. Just need to reduce this down. I don't know how to do it. We'll have a look next episode. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video and the series thus far. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.